Hey everybody, it's me Richard. Welcome to Nightmares, anyone. Wow, you guys, I'm so sorry. I have just been away for about 2-3 weeks. Today it is Thursday, June 18th. I want to wish David Ellis a birthday. Yeah, he's a little bit older than me. I'm 66. David's a little bit older, but hey. So, today I'm going to be talking about this classic 52 years ago. 52 years ago. I'm going to be doing a review on this, and I'm going to be teasing you guys with what was in the box from Ken Yulo. Come right back. Hey, welcome back, everybody. So, yeah, I'm gonna be redoing. I'm gonna be doing a review on this. This came out January of this year. This is the 23rd Pendergast book. This is Preston and Child's Pendergast, The Beginning. But before, I am going to share with all of you about the first of the year. I got to know one of my horror authors from the early 80s. Yeah, Ken Yulo. You guys know that well, before I get into that, I'm going to show you my t-shirt I'm wearing. So, this is Who Will Survive and What Will Be Left of Them. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, what happened is real, not a motion picture, but it's just as true or something. But you guys can see I have a big bruise. But 1974, this movie came out. This movie, 52 years ago, this October 1st. It crept into theaters, and I was 13 years old. I'll never forget. It was playing at the Lakewood Twin Cinemas in Tacoma, Washington, and I was scared to death. It was rated R. Actually, it was unrated when it first came out, and I had to sneak and lie to get into this theater to see this movie. Little did I know, I was going to be petrified for the next 52 years. The movie is a classic. It's just a classic. But yeah, 52 years ago, this thing came out this October. But so, as I was saying, so at the beginning of the year, I had gotten a hold of, actually I think he got a hold of me, but I started talking to Ken Yulo, and he lives in Florida. He is just a phenomenal actor, but so many actor, author, and screen playwright, and just he's done everything. But so many of you have been bugging me for almost 2 months now to show you what is in that big box that he sent me. I told Tammy Ellis before I went to Seattle last week that I would go over with you guys some of the stuff that's in the box. So I'm gonna show you these 5 things here. So I will show you those, and then I'm going to get to the review of Pendergast, the beginning. So when I started talking to Ken, he had sent me some stuff, and he had sent me books that I had, and you guys saw the cover of House of Cain that he the copy of House of Cain that he had sent me. And I went one step further. I asked him if I would send him my original paperbacks, and look what he did for me. So Larry Yance, you're going to get a big kick out of this. Me and Larry Yance had read the Brownstone, the trilogy together, and well, I'm going to just show you what these are. Yeah, these are all my original my paperbacks from the early days. Now, this one came out in, I gotta be careful with these the way I open them, because these are all the originals with the setback art. This one came out in 1980. This is the Brownstone. There is no place to run. There is no place to hide from the terror that lives in the Brownstone. Yeah. Yeah. Look at this. He signed that one for me. Now, you guys know in the House of Cain, he personalized it for me. But this is the second book. This is the second continuing story. The evil born in the Brownstone lives on in the Bloodstone. There's Shandell Knight again, her husband. This is the second one. This one came out 1981. Ken Yulo signed that one for me. Now, I'm not going to read reviews of these books. This is the third one. This one I covered in plastic contact paper, as I did all of my books back then. But look at this artwork. This is the third one. The hour has come for evil to honor innocence in an act of blood. Ken Yulo's The Death Stone. This one came out, I want to say 2 years later. This one came out in 82, just a year later. Ken Yulo. And then here's the next one. I always thought this book was so different from all of his other books, just because even the artwork, everything. This one came out in 1983. This is When He Strikes in the Night, Her Dreams Resound with Madness, with the screams of women dying. A novel of midnight terror. Ken Yulo, author of The Brownstone. This is Nocturnal. This one's covered in clear contact paper. And then this is the only one that is not of that same typing. It doesn't have a setback cover. This is The Ghost of Veronica Gray. This always had like a Peter Straub's ghost story type cover to me, with the same bubble writing. And but yeah, Ken Yulo signed that one for me too. So I'm gonna show you guys what I had made and sent to Ken Yulo. You guys know I do diamond paintings. You guys have seen the one of Pennywise. You guys have seen many of them. But I wanted to send him, and especially when you see in the next video what's in that box. When he had sent me all the stuff that he had sent me in the box, I thought I really wanted to do something really cool for him. So I made him a replication of the cover of the Brownstone, and I did it as a diamond painting. And I'm going to pop up the picture, a couple of the pictures of me working on it, but this is the finished piece. in Ken's house. I sent it to him. He had no idea what he was getting. And we've talked a couple weeks ago on the phone when he got it, and he absolutely loved it. So you know what? It was all worth it. The man is just, he's just a super, super, super cool man. But you guys, I'm going to get to this review of 2026's Pendergast, The Beginning. Now, there are 23 Agent Aloysius Pendergast books, and this is the 23rd one. This, like I said, this one came out January of this year. This has a very distinctive book cover on it. Now, I'm going to tell you something funny. This book here is a prequel. This is a prequel to all the other Pendergast books. Now, I just read this. I just listened to the audiobook. I physically read the book, and then I listened to it, and I listened to the audiobook, and I finished it last night, and that's the way to do it. But I'm going to tell you guys a little trick here. Now, in 1987, those of us that have read all of V.C. Andrews' original books, and later the books by Andrew Niederman, in 1987, they released the first prequel in the Dollenganger books. It was written in 1987, and it was written by Andrew Niederman. It took place between the years of, like the 1890s, 1912 to 1950s, and it was the story of Olivia, the grandmother. And it came out after the first 4 Dollenganger books had come out, the Flowers in the Attic books. And the world of publishing had never been thrown a prequel story like that. And it was shocking. We could not wait to get our hands on that book to find out why the grandmother was who she was and why she did what she did. Well, Preston and Child, these two guys have done it with Pendergast. Now, this is the 23rd book. It's hard to believe that the first one, The Relic, came out in 1995. And the movie came out in 1997. The movie was a huge hit. They did change the way that we visualized Aloysius Pendergast to look. He was overweight, middle-aged in the book, and they just kind of made him younger, thinner, more fit, and more handsome in the movie. But I'm going to read you the inside cover of this really quick. Now, it says, from the New York Times bestselling duo Preston and Child comes the Agent Pendergast origin story, a golden opportunity for longtime fans and new readers to learn about Agent Pendergast's strange and shocking first case. It only took 6 months for the life of Special Agent Dwight Chambers to crumble around him. First, he lost his partner, and then tragically his wife. Returning to work at the New Orleans field office, Chambers is dismayed to find himself saddled with mentoring a brand new FBI agent, a certain A.X.L. Pendergast. As Chambers tries to pull himself together, his enigmatic and exasperating junior partner pulls an outrageous stunt that gets both of them suspended. Pendergast welcomes the banishment because it gives him the opportunity to investigate a peculiar murder in Mississippi that has captured his fancy. Chambers grudgingly goes along. What starts off as a whimsical quest swiftly turns into a terrifying pursuit, as Chambers and Pendergast uncover a string of grisly, ritualistic killings that defy any known serial killer profile. Thanks in large part to Pendergast's brilliance and unorthodox methods, they solve the case and find the killer. And that is when the true horror begins. Now, I'm going to tell you what I would recommend if you have never read any of these Pendergast books. Do not start with this one. Yes, the authors say you can, but since it's only been 31, 32 years since these books originally came out, and there are 23 Pendergast books, there are a lot of other books that have to do with different characters. It just Now, I've read the first 12 of these. I quit reading after the 12th one because they started getting kind of formulaic and kind of. But if you want my opinion, read this after you've read the first 7 or 8 books, because when you read The Relic for the first time and its sequel, you're introduced to Pendergast like you would be if there was never a Pendergast in another book. Does that make sense? If you pick this one up, you're going to read this, and then you're going to read The Relic and think, wait, I've already met this guy. So don't read this. I wouldn't read this in publishing order. I mean, I wouldn't read them in chronological order. I would read them in publishing order. Now, this one is extremely gory. This is extremely gory. This is probably one of the goriest and most horrific ones of all of them. Now, this one doesn't really deal with the supernatural. It does in a way, but not like Cabinet of the Curiosities. Cabinet of the Curiosities is still my favorite Pendergast book of all. But this one was a close second. Now, I'm gonna read you what I wrote on my Goodreads page last night when I went to bed. Now, like I said, I did listen to this. I don't know what's going on outside, but my review says, I can always edit this. Yeah, you guys don't ever get to see that part. So, yeah, here's my review. Here's my review on my Goodreads page. So I said, perfect lead-in into the AXL Pendergast series of books. With this being like the 23rd book, this, I must admit, has been my favorite since I first read The Cabinet of Curiosities after I had read The Relic and its original sequel, The Reliquary, first came out. Reminiscent of when V.C. Andrews, also known as Andrew Niederman, released the 5th Dollenganger book, which was actually a prequel to Flowers in the Attic. This book is a prequel to all the Agent Pendergast FBI novels. And take my word for it, do not read this one first if this is the first of these books you are reading. Read them in publishing order, as it would really ruin the excitement and history of the amazing FBI agent's timeline of stories and the timeline of his life, and you getting to meet him as a person and an FBI agent. I don't really want to go into the details of this book because I don't want to give anything away, but I would have given it a perfect 5-star read had it not ended on the way it did on that very last page that it did. Remember, don't read this one first. And this one really had a lot of great blood and gore and gruesome murder scenes in it. Yeah, there are some pretty disgusting scenes in here where you can actually hear it and feel it and smell the disgust in the rot of the bodies and the eyeballs. Highly recommended though still, especially if you have read any of the other Agent Pendergast books. And if you haven't, pick this one up later. Don't read it first, but a lot of people are reading it first. I wouldn't recommend it that way. I gave it 4 stars. Like I said, I would have given it a full 5 stars. Had it just ended, we know, well, I do because I've read the first, like I said, 13. I know that Pendergast is just on his way into, the FBI world of creep factors and family members and demon worshippers and black magic and rituals and even dinosaurs. Yeah, lizards and dinosaurs. So you guys, thanks for stopping by. And if you haven't done so already, please leave me a like, a share, throw me a thumbs up right there. And hey, you guys, if you like horror as much as I do, you can always drop me lines. You can ask me questions if you want me to review anything, if you want to know if I've read anything. I've got tons of books that I'm going to do like a 5-6 book review on coming up that have all been like 1 and 3-star stinkers. So I'm going to do that here in the next couple days, but I've just been super busy. So you guys can always leave me a line at rkevinwilson@gmail.com. And you guys take care of yourselves. Pick up a good scary book. Stay scared. Have great nightmares. And those of you that fall under this, happy Pride Month. Today, like I said, is the 18th of June. Pride Month is almost over, you guys. And you know what? Halloween's coming up. It's going to be here so damn quick. But you guys take care of yourselves. Stay scared, everybody, and pick up a good scary book. And hey, don't go anywhere where they serve really weird barbecue or chicken or chili. And yeah, just remember what Sally Hardesty said. Run, Franklin, run! Yeah, great movie. Take care, you guys. I'm Richard with Nightmares Anymore. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye, you guys. And David Ellis, once again, happy birthday.